So what is the story with the Miele Guard M1 cat and dog? And do you always have to have a cat and a dog before you buy this vacuum? So this is called the Guard M1 cat and dog, but I would like to give this a caveat. Hear me out. This model comes with two floor heads. And for you to find out if this is the right model for you, we're going to talk about what kind of floor heads it gets. It does come with what we call a combo tool, which is really good on handling bare floors and low pile flat rugs. There are no moving parts. So if there is pet hair to deal with, we want that pet hair to be on bare floors when you use this head. The thing is, it also does get a carpet tool. Here's where the caveat is going to come in. This carpet tool is very lightweight, very efficient, very good to use, but it's a suction-driven carpet tool. It's not a motorized head. So this is best to be used on low to medium pile carpets at best, and with low to moderate amounts of pet hair. So yes, this is called the M1 cat and dog, but the caveat would be as long as your cat and or dog sheds moderately and your carpets, if you have any, are not too thick or plush. In either case, if you have high shedding pets or if you have thick carpets, more plush carpets, consider a model of Miele that gets an electric power head rather than the turbo brush. The whole idea with the turbo brush is, again, it's a carpet tool, but because it's suction driven, it's really lightweight. So it's very easy to use, but it does have its limitations. Now, we just explored the two floor heads that you get with the Guard M1 cat and dog, but you also do get 3 standard accessory tools stored on the body. Now, those would be your dusting brush. You get a crevice tool as well as an upholstery tool. These are standard accessory tools with Miele, and it's just nice to have them stored on the body so they are accessible at all times and you don't lose them. Just mentioned, the Guard M1 is the successor to the C3s, and the C3s have been the flagship models of Miele for a decade. Actually very similar in designs with the M1. But why was it that the C3s were so powerful? Well, because not only they were lightweight, easy, and very powerful, they had really good design features. And let me tell you, all those design features have transferred over to the M1, and we have an improvement. Let me show you. First things first, out of the box, you see and you feel all the components are of quality. Not only that, everything that connects to another piece locks in, including where the hose meets the canister and where the hose meets the handle, and the handle meets the wand, and the wand meets the floor head. Not only that, you get a very lightweight. Now, if you remember old canister vacuums, you have this really stiff, heavy hoses. Not with a Miele. It's a very lightweight, crush-proof, kink-free hose. I don't think I've ever seen a tear in one of these hoses before. It's the same hoses that were used on the C3s, really. And you get a telescopic wand, which is, it's not just some plastic wand. This is a stainless steel wand, so it's very durable. And it's really nice to have to reach in the harder to reach areas. The floor heads lock in. All of that is great. You get parking spots. Now, why do you need parking spots? Well, a couple of reasons why. First, storage. You want to put this in a nice storage room or a closet or whatever. That's a nice way to store a vacuum. But not only that, it's very easy to take the vacuum around the house, go up and down the stairs with that attachment parked there. But you also have one parking spot at the front of the machine, and that's for when you stop vacuuming for any reason to fill up your wine glass or espresso cup, whichever it is. You don't lean this against the wall, because it'll fall and it will scratch. You park it there. So the design is good, and the components are great and well made, and All that is good, but how does it work? Well, let me show you how it works on the three types of carpets, flooring that I have here. We have bare floors, we have flat carpets, and this is a rather plush area rug. But we do have a turbo brush. Again, remember, the turbo brush we love because it's very lightweight. It is a carpet tool, so it is going to clean the carpets properly, but where it's limited in application because it's not motorized, it's the fact that with too much pet hair, large amounts, and thick carpets, this may struggle. Because this is a suction-driven head. What does that mean? It's the suction of the vacuum that turns these turbines in here, let me show you, that then in turn turn the brush on. Turbines, turbo brush, right? But here's the thing. That means the higher the suction on that motor, the faster this is going to spin. And the lower the suction, the slower. So as a matter of fact, let me just show you. This is the highest. On its lowest, I can't even, don't do this at home, but I could stop it, okay? So that's what I mean. This allows also for a lot of control over how much suction you're getting or creating, or how much agitation you're creating on the carpets based on how much suction you have. And there's three different ways you could control all of this suction and power, and therefore the RPM, the rotation of this brush roll. One is obviously the suction control on this. Remember, this is a very powerful 1200 watt motor, so you have the suction settings on the machine. You have a bleed valve here which allows air out. Now once you open that, air comes out, and so this will spin slower. Not only that, on the turbo brush itself you have an adjustment, and it shows faster or slower. Depending on your carpets, you have a lot of control as how to adjust this head to work perfectly depending on your situation. Now in this particular case, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Another thing you want to keep in mind is that you don't always need to be on the highest suction setting when you're cleaning your carpets. As a matter of fact, the suction setting dedicated for carpets here on this vacuum is the second or the third suction setting. So we're going to keep it on the third suction. There we go. I'm having a bit of a hard time pushing this back and forth, so I open the valve here, allow some air out, and there we go. I'm still getting really nice lines on this carpet. It's a plush carpet, but that's pretty much as thick as I want to go for that head. This should be a piece of cake on the flat carpet. Obviously, this is meant for that. So let me tell you, for instance, I personally have Berber carpets. Now Berber is a closed loop carpet. I use a turbo brush all day, no problems, okay? And we like that because the fact that it's lightweight. Now, can you use this? Maybe we were too lazy to change floor heads. Can you use your turbo brush on bare floors? Yes. Ideally, we don't want a brush roll spinning on a bare floor just because we don't want it to disperse dirt, but this is powerful enough that it should work, and it does. Let me show you. I'm sorry, none of this is a surprise. Again, this is a successor to the C3. We've had so much fun with the C3s, and this is just as good and actually better. The other floor head you get is the combo tool. Now, a couple of lessons as to how you use the combo tool on your carpets. Again, the combo tool doesn't have any moving parts. It's really meant for bare floors and flat, like low pile carpets. I am going to give it its chance to work on the plush carpet as well. I don't expect it to do much, at least not deep clean that carpet, but it will pick up the dirt. The trick is this: the combo tools have two settings. When pushed forwards, bristles are retracted, flat surface, that's when you use it on a soft floor, like a carpet. Push it backwards, bristles come out, that's when you use it on bare floors. If you are using this on the right setting, which is pushed forward, on carpets, and you still feel, again, especially with thick carpets, it's hard to push back and forth, this is a very powerful machine. It can seal this against the carpet, reduce the suction, okay? It'll still get the job done. As a matter of fact, for me to prove my point, this again is a plush carpet. It's got some pile to it, okay? And this always sticks onto the carpet if I want to vacuum. So I'm going to use the lowest suction from the machine to get that dirt. Here we go. That's your lowest suction setting. I'm not sure if you can see it there. This is, by the way, it's wonderfully quiet, the M1. And you would see that, yeah, we got the dirt out. Yeah, it's easy, right? Same lowest suction setting I can use on, and I know we're gonna get the job done, no problem. If I increase the suction, just to show you, and again, all of this is foot operated, so I don't have to bend and use my hands and with my back. If I use the highest suction, you will see that I'm moving this carpet, right? That's why we don't use too much suction on carpets and rugs. On a hard floor, correct setting there. Very easy. Of course it is easy. Now all of these heads, whether this one or that one, they both have what we call a swivel neck. That means they are very nice and easy under things. They lay flat, they go under your furniture. All you need is a couple of inches of clearance. You can get really, really tight spots, no problems. Now the Miele M1 series is based on the C3 models. The C3 models, if you don't know, have been Miele's flagship models forever. They weigh just around 13 pounds, and they have 3 casters that allow this machine to move super nimble, easy, in all types of surfaces. But here's my argument when it comes to canister vacuums. If you agree, unlike an upright vacuum where you'd feel the whole weight of the vacuum with every stroke back and forth, and you carry all that weight, a canister vacuum's heaviest part sits on the floor. And all you're dealing with is a very, very lightweight wand and floor head. So the Miele Guard M1 gets a 24-foot cord, which gives you a 36-foot operating radius. And that's the kind of radius you get from the wall down to the floor. This is all really good because of one thing, and that is that it's extremely annoying if you have a short cord and you have to constantly look for an electric outlet, so you don't have to do that with this model. You also get what we call a one-tap rewind. Beautiful. Now the Miele Guard M1 Cat and Dog gets a Miele warranty. A Miele warranty is one of the best warranties in the business. It's a full 5-year warranty on all components out of the box and a 7-year warranty on the motor. This warranty includes components, all parts and labor. We are a warranty center and have been so since 1999. So if that's the reason you're getting it from us. If there's anything that you need done after you purchase the machine, unlike a department store, we are here, we know what we're doing, and we are happy to help. Not only that, we ship these free of charge to all Canadian provinces. We offer 30-day returns, 90-day price match guarantees, financing. We send you videos on how to use these, especially if this is your first Miele or first backed vacuum, on exactly how to use it, what to do, and more importantly, what not to do. But if I missed anything, if there's any questions, 1-877-220-5656 is our toll-free number, and you're welcome to check us out on vacuumwarehouse.ca and chat with us there.